This is the regular monthly meeting, the Ogdensburg Bridge and Port Authority. It is June 10th, 2026. This meeting is called to order. Anthony, any letters of communications to the board?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Approval of board minutes from May 14th. I received communication from Jen. She had reviewed them and found them to be in order. Is there a motion to accept those minutes?
Moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And those meetings, those minutes have been approved. We have a report from the auditors, EFPR Group. Should be on there. Should be Doug Zimmerman.
Cookie color one.
I think that's Jennifer.
Jen's not on?
Anybody under listen only?
No.
Susan, they might be under listen only. Yep. That's,
That's on you.
yes.
The pound or hash sign. If you do not have a pin, just press pound or hash.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you see me? The camera doesn't seem to be operating either, but
Welcome to the webinar. You have entered as an attendee in listen-only mode.
I'm not able to hear you on the computer, but I tried dialing in, but I can only listen if I dial in.
You can't hear us?
I can hear you on the phone.
I can hear an echo.
I don't know what else to do. I give my participant code and everything.
Looks like he's unmuted.
You're able to hear me right now, right?
Yes.
We can, Doug. You should be able to turn your camera on.
Oh, there it is. Somebody.
There we go.
Perfect. We can.
So you're able to hear me, okay, right?
Yes.
Unfortunately, I can't hear anybody there, and if I call in with my phone, then there's an echo back and forth between the two systems. I can hear you on my phone, but again, it's an echo then. Well, let me do the presentation, and then I will try calling in to be able to get responses or questions from anybody. Okay. Sorry for the technical problems here. I'm not sure what's going on. But again, I'm Doug Zimmerman, partner with EFPR Group, and here tonight to review the results of the audit for the year ended March 31st of 2026 for the authority. We had provided a two-page handout, which I believe everyone hopefully has. And what I'll do is walk through that. And really what it is a synopsis of the results of the audit. And then again, be happy to answer any questions anyone has. So just going through this, the financial reports were provided to management who did review those. We're issuing what's called an unmodified or a clean opinion on the financial statements. There were no exceptions to the underlying accounting records, and that is for both the audited financial statements along with the the DOT report that we prepare. There are actually 4 reports that we issue in connection with the audit. There's the overall financial statements. There's a separate report that we issue with regards to your compliance with funding from the New York State Department of Transportation. There is a schedule of passenger facility report that's required to be prepared. And then also the final documents, a report to the board, which is a required communication between the audit firm and the governing body. And so again, all of those were clean opinions. There were no issues in any of those various reports. With regards to specifically the overall financial statements, we noted no material weaknesses or significant deficiencies in the internal control over financial reporting or federal awards of the authority. There are 2 opinions in the back of the overall financial statements that go over those. There's on pages 41 and 42, a report in compliance with government auditing standards. And then on pages 46 through 48, there is a report on your compliance with uniform guidance, or what is more commonly referred to as single audit. So again, we test your compliance with those federal requirements, and there were no issues with regards to that. Because you are a New York State Public Authority, we are also required to test your compliance with New York State's investment guidelines. And there was a report on pages 43 and 44 with regards to your compliance. And again, that is also a clean report that there were no issues with regards to the investment policies or the investments of the authority that would deviate from the compliance requirements of New York State law. Management was very cooperative in providing us all the information we required. As you, I'm sure, know, this report is required to be filed within 90 days after the end of your fiscal year. So it's required to be filed by the end of June. And we're obviously here in the early part of June reviewing the results. So that just speaks to the timeliness of not only the audit process, but of management being able to keep the books and records in an orderly fashion throughout the year, and certainly be able to provide us with the necessary information at the end of the year to review the results. The bottom grid that we have there, the next several bullets, I'm going to review that, but that grid comes from pages 9 and 10 of the financial statements, and that's just a high-level summary of the various assets, liabilities, and the net position of the authority. So with regards to the total assets, those amounted to $130,708,000, and that was a 3% increase from the prior year. And that was mainly due to an increase in the capital additions that you had undertaken during the current year. The deferred outflows, that's the number kind of in the middle of the grid there. That amounted to $867,216, and that was a increase of 27%. And that is made up of 2 components, both of which you really have, as the authorities management, really have no control over. One is the pension obligations, and the other is what's called OPIB, or the other post-employment benefits, or what's thought of as retiree health insurance. And so those numbers are actuarially determined, and they can fluctuate dramatically one year to the next based on information. So again, the total at March 31st of 26 was $867,000. It was almost $1.2 million last year. So it was a decrease of that $326,000. And again, it was due to changes in the actual assumptions related to the New York State pension system. On the liability side, your total liabilities were $28,809,000, and that was a 12% decrease from last year. And the main component there was a decrease in accounts payable and the authority paying down the line of credit that you have outstanding. Excuse me. It was $2.2 million at the end of 2025, and it was down to $67,000 at the end of 26. So a dramatic decrease in the line of credit. The total deferred inflows of resources, $12.3 million, and that was a 12% decrease from the prior year. And there's 2 items there. It's the amortization of the authority's various leases. There's an unearned revenue component there. And then also changes in the actual valuation of the New York State pension system. So again, that was $12.3 million this year versus the $13.9 million at the end of last year. And then the last number there, you can see at the very bottom of the page, on page 1, is a net position, 89.4 million at the end of the current fiscal year versus 80.2 million last year. So it actually went up by $9.2 million. And on the second page, we're going to see how that actually occurred. So again, net position went up $9.2 million. So the second page is a summary of the pages 11 and 12 of the financial statements, and that reports the revenues, expenses, and the changes in net position of the organization. So on the operating revenue side, that amounted to $6.5 million, and that was a $405,000 decrease from last year. And that change was really related to a decrease in the number of automobile crossings in the current year as a result of a decrease in bridge. On the expense side, that amounted to $11.2 million, representing an 18% decrease from the prior year. And that was mainly a result of the Alternative Essential Air Service Program activity and a decrease during the prior year. So you can see there it went from 13.5 million in 25 down to 11.2 million. So when you take the operating revenue and the operating expenses, you can see there the operating loss, although a loss of this year of $4.6 million was a $2 million decrease from last year's $6.7 million. Then there was also operating income that amounted to $13.8 million, and that was an increase of 6%. And that was really due to an increase in federal and state grants, so $751,000. And so the $4.6 million operating loss, when we add in that $13.8 million operating income, we see that change in net position of $8.2 million. And then we take the beginning of the year net position against the end of the year net position. So it all reconciles back to the first page. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to call in on my phone so I'll be able to hear you and certainly be able to answer any questions anyone may have. So again, I apologize for the technical issues here.
Please enter your access code followed by the pound. To enable audio, enter your audio PIN followed by the pound or hash sign. If you do not have a PIN, just press pound or hash.
So again, is there anybody that has any questions?
Doug, could you mute your computer, please?
I'm sorry.
Could you mute your computer, please?
I'm sorry, I wasn't able to make that out.
Susan Bragan, you can mute it on your side to mute him on the right there. Okay.
Doug, can you hear us?
Now we can't hear him.
I can hear you through my phone, and the speaker, the mic on my computer is what's allowed me to speak to you.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
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 Maybe if you make him a presenter. Yeah. He is already. Okay.
So does anyone have any questions with regards to the information I covered?
Doug, I think it's interesting that under operating revenue, the change between one year and the next was only a decrease of 405,000 when we lost close to $1 million just in bridge traffic. So we obviously made it up in other areas. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Sure. If you were to look at page 11 of the financials, you would see that, yes, you're correct that the bridge tolls went down. It was about 700 and $40,000. However, the rental income went up. Excuse me. The rental income stayed the same, but the port operating fees went up from $680,000 to $1.1 million. So that offset some of the decrease in the tolling, and that's why it's only down by $405,000 and not the larger number that was strictly related to the bridge tolls.
Good. Thank you. Anyone have any questions of Doug? No? Patty? No. Anthony?
None, Mr. Chairman.
Wow. Looks like you did a good job, Doug.
All right. Well, again, I apologize for the technical issues. I'm not sure what's going on here. Unfortunately, there's a gazillion different of these platforms between Teams and WebEx and GoToMeeting, and for some reason, this particular one's not real friendly with my computer tonight. So I apologize for that, but certainly do appreciate the opportunity to review the results with the committee, and certainly, following up if anyone does ever have any questions. Certainly. We're available year round. Feel free to reach out to us and we'd be happy to go through anything in any detail that you like.
Thank you.
Everyone have a great evening. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks, Doug.
Patty, you're satisfied with that?
Yes.
Good, that's the main thing.
And thank you guys for your hard work. I know
Yeah.
it's not an easy task to put that together.
Did say everyone was very cooperative and things are done on time. That's always good to hear. Okay, there are no committee reports. Financial report?
If we start with the statement of financial position, you'll note that our accounts receivable regular is at 274,000. We're back up over 90% on the open AR for current or 1 to 30 days. One of the invoices that was pulling us down has been reversed. I'm not sure that's the right answer, but it's been reversed for now and we can always put it back in. Our grants receivable should only be 365,000. There was a journal entry that had to be done at fiscal year end. And when I close the books tomorrow, now that the audit's done, that should automatically fix itself to the 395,000. Our fixed assets, of course, are at 79,000, our net assets. So we're at a point now where we have more accumulated depreciation than we have fixed asset value. So we're getting on the sort of wrong side of the asset situation. Our construction in progress is at 28 million. Of course, the largest percentage of that is the revitalization program. I have spoken to Watertown Savings Bank as that line was due to expire in June and asked them to keep it open. So we are in touch every month or so to update them on the situation. We go to our accounts payable. Our accounts payable regulars, 406,000. Our project AP is right now 639,000. So we're keeping up with our payables also. All of the payables that are listed on page 2 have been paid. Part of the problem was we were in the process of getting the new executive director signing authority. So we had to wait to send out a few of those checks, but everything has been paid and we just did another check run yesterday. So Monday, so we're doing pretty well on keeping up with our accounts payable. Are there any questions on our statement of financial position?
So the construction in progress doesn't get moved to the fixed assets until the project's completed, right?
Yes. So I'm anticipating, I know we have one problem that is a big standout in the revitalization right now. Most everything else, I think, is coming to a close. So hopefully within the next couple of months, we'll be able to move that revitalization into fixed assets.
Good.
Any questions? Okay, we'll move on to the budget to actual. Now, March, I gave you specifically a year-to-date. April, the month, and the year-to-date are the same because we're in the first month. Would you like to continue to only see the year-to-date numbers? Because that will change the format of this, this report.
Anyone have a preference? Other than me,
I like the.
the format?
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
let's stay with that year to date.
Year-to-date? Okay.
Yeah.
Our bridge revenue, we're over budget by a whole couple $1,000s, which is lovely. But you'll notice our bridge service fees, which is our truck permits, that is down probably partly due to the one lane on the bridge and the weight that we can handle during, and the width that we can handle during the work on the bridge this summer. We go to airport revenue. There were a couple of changes made, which I thought were excellent, but they weren't made until after the budget was made this year. The departments were allowed to change some of their accounts to be more specific to their area. So we now have a few expenses that don't have a budget, and that will follow us for the year. I'm trying to make a little spreadsheet so that we can move some of those into things we already have this year until the budget next year will actually have a budget line item for each of these new expenses. You'll notice that the facility fees for World Fuel are up, but that's because we didn't have a budget for that. Those are our receiving and storage fees for World Fuel's fuel and the flowage fees. If we go down, you'll notice that also the into plane fees and the service fee income did not have a line item in the budget. Otherwise, airport income is a little under budget or keeping at budget. Commerce Park will notice that there are 2 rental incomes that are below budget. We have a fellow who is looking to rent in, same fellow in building 1 and building 4, but we haven't solidified his lease. So we missed out on April income for that one. And the others in Commerce Park are all above budget. Under the marine terminal revenue, we have a negative in agency fee income, and that is the invoice I told you about. It was taken out of accounts receivable. It's already been taken out of the agency fee income. Our truck loading income, due to the way OMLC did the budgeting, we didn't have a truck loading budget line item. We will change that for next year. Interest income, because we hope to start the port project this year, we didn't put in a budget for what we would have because we will probably start using the funding. And then we go on to our expenses. And it's lovely to see so much of our expenses well under budget so far. The grounds maintenance were 2 things that had to be done down at the port. We needed a new hydrant for P6, and we had the repairs to the exterior fence. Now that winter is over, And the automotive, equipment, most of the equipment overage is the new boiler in building 1, and that has to be moved to fixed assets because it's a $38,000 piece of equipment. We also had some scale calibration at the port. Safety and first aid expenses, there were 2 Fastenal invoices. They may belong to Bridge and Painting, so they may be on the wrong line.
Yeah, partially we went through the ball arrest harnesses and such and found some expired equipment.
Right, so they'll be moved down to Bridge Painting and Repairs. And one thing I noticed, when you look at Bridge Painting and Repairs, their budget was put across 12 months evenly. We should probably change that because there's a lot of the harnesses, the spider buckets, and a lot of the widgets and bolts that we buy up front. So I will try and fix that for the May meeting. Utilities, the bridge and the marine terminal, they had larger than normal Liberty bills for the month of April. General expenses, insurance expenses up because we had to add the new space here into our insurance, so the great room and everything else had to be updated. Our data processing and accounting services, again, the same sort of budget issue we have with Bridge Painting. Armory Associates does our actuarial for the audit for the OPEP. So they're always right up in the front of the year. Our legal fee expenses, we have the CBA impasse, we had the research and reporting, a number of things that were a bit more expensive than we anticipated. And the debt on Community Bank, that was the anticipated $250,000 loan for the toll booth repairs, which has not yet happened, so we saved a month of debt. And we'll have to decide how we're going to move forward with that. Are there any questions on the budget to actual?
Anyone have anything for Patty?
Thank you, Patty.
Anything else, Patty?
No, I think we're good. We will have the finalized audit financials by Friday, and that means we can do the Paris reporting and have it in by the 30th of June, right on time.
Good. Good. Okay. Any traffic report?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. So if we start with the second column, so comparison of May 26 to May 25, bright spot is we're seeing an increase in auto traffic of about 23%, which is fairly surprising. You'll notice that our truck traffic and bus traffic year over year is approximately 11% down. And we're really putting that to 2 things, the ongoing bridge traffic and reduction of oversized loads we can take. And then also just the commercial transportation climate between the US and Canada. So you'll see we 26 compared to 25 for May, we're up about 13,000 in revenue, which is nice. Unfortunately, we continue to trend 30% down across all categories in comparison to our baseline year of 2019. The auto increases I've been seeing, we started to see last month and we're seeing this month. So we're keeping an eye on that trend to see if it's a longer term positive. And what you'll see when we compare to our baseline year, year to date, or just over 300,000 in lost revenue for bridge traffic, which we certainly feel.
Right. Better than last year. but still nowhere near where we were in 2019. And, we have to keep looking at it and hope that things will turn around. It's nice to see that it's been 2 months now, our auto crossings have increased.
Yes, yeah, April was up about almost 14%, and this month's about 23.
Good, good. Let's hope that continues. Anyone have any questions of Anthony? I have. Anthony, you met with the railroad consulting engineer
Yes.
on the status of the rail bridge improvement project. Where are we with that?
So our NISDOT grants that we had for those have technically expired. So we're working with the consulting engineer and NISDOT to renew those. What we've heard back, the feedback is that may be the next renewal opportunity. The consulting engineer and James and I had met with them, is fairly optimistic that we could move those projects forward within the additional allotted time that we expect to be granted. So that is of high importance to us. It's critical to increasing that total line to 286K capacity
Yes.
and keeping us competitive.
Yes, it would be. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Airport activity, Charlie, I didn't get a chance to look at before today.
Yes, so month of May, 31 flights, 2,400 passenger and plane, about 57% of load. Completion 100%, on-time performance still pretty high, up 80%. Our D planes, are higher than our M plane, which is a good thing. Showing that people are coming into this area. Overall, I think the numbers well. May and June's are really a slow month for us. So seeing, I guess, now you can say to be now somehow 2,400 is our slower month now. But yeah, in June, we're anticipating roughly currently right now about 2,000 passengers currently that's projected. Of course, by the end, I think it will be 10-15% influx of that passenger count by the end of the month. Because we're only at the 11th or 10th of the month. But yeah, overall, we're seeing a lot of RDU passengers that direct into RDU flying from here, both ways, coming up and also going down. Actually, literally this past Tuesday, our Ticket Tuesday, 80-90% our passenger that booked. We had a very good crowd this past Ticket Tuesday. They sold from the minute they opened to the minute they closed. And then I think 80-90% of passenger was all Raleigh, no connection, just going to Raleigh. They were booking for. So, yeah, no brief suit, just 80-90% was wanting to go to Raleigh, which is a great thing. But overall, again, IAD still the slower days for us right now currently. But again, I think starting October, we'll start seeing the busy schedule coming up again for traveling. Actually, July will start picking up a little bit, and July and August with the numbers, and then October and onwards really is what is going to be really high. So yeah, that's overall numbers good. 12,505 overall for the year, and then 25,000 passenger already traveled through the airport so far as we end the month of May.
You got 7 months to add an additional 25,000, Charlie. So
Yeah, so I think we'll pick it up on October, November. We'll see how those activity goes. But yeah, besides that, again, TSA inspections happening this week as we speak. Just finished with FAA inspection, so TSA's this week and next week. And then again, we're gonna start planning for triennial exercise. So which is every 3 years we have to conduct for our class of the airport. We have to conduct what we call a real life exercise with real aircrafts and real response and real triage into the hospitals and everything. So, but we've been working with the St. Lawrence County emergency director in regards to this exercise. So
It's important.
Yeah, maybe you can volunteer to be a patient.
I would love to be. Sign me up.
Good experience. What else did I have here, Charlie? Maybe you can answer this. What's going on with the EV charger?
So our EV charger currently, we have issues with the EV chargers keep going offline. So the charger works, but it keeps showing the disconnection in between the service provider, which provides the charger, the Energy 5, that has connection issues showing that the station is down. But I think they came in here last week and supposedly that's all fixed. So far we haven't seen any issue coming up yet so far. So last week is when they actually sent a tech on site to look at that issue. So
You heard no complaints from
no,
EV owners? Well, your vehicle is, isn't it?
yeah, no complaints on UV part. Just I think mainly just the company keeps sending us email because the station keep going down for communication issues.
Okay. Anyone have any other questions for Charlie? No, we move on to the airport event report that I didn't have in my packet either.
I like to give you the most up-to-date information.
Oh, I see.
That was my fault, Sam.
See, Charlie didn't admit that.
I get my
Susie
report
just
late.
wants to make sure you have the most up-to-date information.
Yes, thank you.
Go ahead, Susie.
So in the month of May, we did have one event, the baby's first birthday. Events booked coming up. We did have one today. We have one tomorrow. I did add on a Ogdensburg Rescue Squad recognition dinner that we are donating the space for. Social media performance, I changed it up a little bit. I did in the past, like the top two. What I did, I decided to go at the top post and then the bottom, the least viewed post. Still both really good engagements. Ticket Tuesday, every Ticket Tuesday post, I do like really good responses for that, and which is really great. I did have another site tour for another wedding next year in May. So the wedding I did book was the 1st of May. The second wedding I'm hoping to secure is like the third weekend in May. So I'm pretty excited about that. I distributed the media kit to multiple businesses. I am going to distribute more tomorrow at the tourism dinner amongst the business people. So hopefully get a little bit of traction from that. And then also what is really cool about our sales program is there is a floor plan diagram on there. So any event that I have, I could create a vision of what it looks like. And I did print these out for you guys to kind of view. It's really neat. On like the whole program. I had a little training on it. I feel like I could use a little more training, so I set up a webinar for the month of July to kind of learn a little bit more. But I think for like weddings and stuff, this is going to be a fantastic program for us. So.
Susie, not to interrupt, but an extension of that is the 3D rendering.
Yes. So after I learned the 2D rendering, they also offer a 3D rendering. So I could send it to the client, and it's like they're visually here, like they can just move the picture around. So pretty fantastic. Yeah, actually, I had a meeting with the healthcare for seniors yesterday, and letting her know that I could do the diagram, and it was like the best thing I could have told her. So I think it's going to be really good feedback, and really good for us.
So you can show the customer pretty much, if it's a dinner or something, the setup and
Yep.
tables and who could be where.
Yeah, and I can label the tables. I can even, if they want to give me a guest list, I can even create who's sitting where,
Really?
like kind of a sign seating. It's really cool. There's a lot to the program. I think
Good.
That's gonna be benefit for us.
It's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
There is a very important question I need an answer to. Susan, you can answer this. How did Charlie do with the kindergarten kid?
I was impressed, except for he wanted their food. He wanted their lunch. No, just kidding. No, but oh man, it was really good event today. I think we were all tuckered out, actually. The kids were actually falling asleep on the bus when they're leaving, so they had a
Really?
great
Had a
time.
blast.
Great time. I actually had really good feedback from the kids themselves. One little girl, because they're only like 4 or 5, so, one little girl coming into the great room, and she goes, "Wow, I cannot believe we booked such a nice place." And I thought that was so cute. Because I'm like, "Where's she going to book?" That was so cute. And
This is the little girl that came.
Your badge. Yes, we got little badges for them and
Oh.
stuff, and I had them all seated and the gift bags. They absolutely loved the little toys. And then one little boy said, "This is the best day ever." So yeah, you can't beat that. You
That's
cannot beat that. So I'm hoping this is just the start of us doing this. So
Yeah, like we pretty much start to finish, we gave them a whole roundup of start to finish from, they saw the operating equipment, and so they saw the plane came in, saw the
Oh.
passenger get off. We actually got the captain and the flight attendant off the planes to take picture with them. I'm sure Breeze will post about that.
yeah.
So they took a very nice picture by the Breeze aircraft, with the whole class and the pilot and the flight attendants. And then, we escorted them out to the taxiway to see the plane take off close, very close. And they're very, very excited. And then we showed them, we ended their day where we showed them our equipment, what we use to maintain the airport. And, they loved our fire truck. I have to show them our fire truck.
Yeah, they clapped after we used the water.
We showed them we have to show them the roof turret.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
You had 92 kids and you didn't lose any.
did not. It was a lot. Every single kid want to go every directions.
There's one in RDU, I heard.
Well, I heard there was only 87, so between, we went from 92 to 80.
As long as we count it.
He did not let them ride the luggage carousel though.
It's good, Charlie.
No, but yeah, they definitely said they're coming back next year, so.
Yeah, it'll be a different
It'll be a
class
different
next year.
class, of course, but it'll be the same teachers.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Charlie, you'll be out sick that day.
Thanks, you guys.
Already submitted it now.
I know, hey, he's already.
I know where he lives.
Good. Anyone have any questions of Suzie? If not, we can move on to the board activity.
For the month of May, you can see we received our first vessel, the Ogdensburg. Roughly discharging almost 31,000 tons. Truck traffic was light. We received 3 rail cars. 4 of the trucks were 4 separate orders of steel beams. And I do apologize. I know last month I noticed afterwards I incorrectly listed pounds instead of tons, but that has been since corrected. I actually thought we would have our second salt vessel by the time of our board meeting, but it looks like we're going to expect her arrival early Friday morning. Haven't received their departure from the mine, but my guess is Friday.
When are you getting your first field trip? When are you taking the kindergartners to the port?
When we get some wind.
I don't know about that. Different out here, there's just fences all around.
Open waters, yeah.
James, the quotes on leasing, how far along are you with that?
For leasing.
Yeah, I mean, to provide us with options.
Oh, the vehicle.
Yeah.
I have options and I can bring them to July. Or we,
Good.
leasing, purchase, a couple different options.
Good. Okay.
If I could just, a quick update on the bridge project.
Yep.
The painting project, the contractors are setting up containment. Will likely be sandblasting and painting within the next 2-3 weeks, weather dependent. The paving project will take place the Monday after July 4th weekend. Barrett Paving has started to mobilize minimal equipment, but we will make a public announcement on our website just to expect delays, basically July to end of August. They plan to be able to perform all the paving.
No, I was across the bridge Saturday. How far are they going to go with painting?
It spans 9 through 14. So the first 8 spans are normal trusses, and then it's the box. It'll be basically the box beam 9 through 14.
Is 9 through 14, put them across the border?
I think not quite technically.
Basically to the towers,
Yeah.
the first tower.
Yeah.
To the first tower, so it's not. So next year, will that go across the border?
It can.
Funding.
So it's called a presidential permit that we would have to secure to be able to spend federal funds in Canada. So we've started to look into that process. We know it's rather lengthy, but we know we're getting to a point to where the US side looks great
Mm-hmm.
and the Canadian side needs work. So it's a future project.
I did notice that.
It's night and day visually, structurally, the whole structure is in good
Right.
good shape, but
With the repair that was done, as you leave the bridge and hit the land on the Canadian side, that's much better than what it was.
Yeah,
that's all in-house.
Yeah.
Right, so that's what we're able to.
Right.
Our bridge crew and maintenance staff were able to, with the assistance of our engineers, we were able to do that in-house, and I'm impressed how it's held up. It's
Very, very nice. Nice and
Yeah.
smooth.
it's almost been a year. Yep.
Okay. Are there any questions of James? No? Anthony, economic development report?
So building occupancy continues to remain stable. Patty had referenced some budgetary numbers. So in building 1 and 4, the anticipated tenant, we're just lagging behind on documentation. But that should be coming through this month. So we're pushing as hard as possible on that. For activities for the past month, a couple of highlights. So I attended my first North Country Regional Economic Development Council as a newly appointed member for the authority. I was also asked to be on Ogdensburg's DRI Local Planning Committee as a representative for the Regional Economic Development Council. So we haven't had our first kickoff meeting yet, but I'm very much looking forward to being a part of that process because it directly impacts what we do here at the authority. Chairman Burns and myself, we attended the 2026 Port of Albany Rensselaer Maritime Summit. So I sat on the keynote panel discussion, talking about what it takes to run a port and a port authority in the state of New York. It was the port director. So Rich Hendricks was part of the panel, and then the newly appointed president of the American Association of Port Authorities, which was great. The conference, Beth Ann Rooney, so the port director from Port Authority in New York and New Jersey, had a segment in that. It was about 200, a little over 200 people attended. So it was really an honor to be a part of that. I greatly appreciate the Port of Albany's request to join that. And it was definitely good exposure for the Port Authority. We met with some of the governor's folks. So got some good face time in Albany.
Out of the 5 ports in New York, we were one of the 3 that were there.
Yep.
Good, and you did a good job.
Thank you.
Represented us well. Anything else?
That's it for tonight.
Anyone have any questions of Anthony? No? Good, I'm gonna go back to Susie.
Yeah, we're all- I'll try my best.
The digital sign
Yes.
that's not working.
No, so we were in touch and got a hold, and they came in, it came to, and saw the sign Inkwell in Watertown to see if we could do a wrap, just temporary to make it look good. Right now, it's not in the best shape and it was quite expensive to, I believe, from what I understand, to replace. So temporary right now. They did create a sample of the wrap, what it would look like. I'm not 100% satisfied with it. I feel it's a little off. So we're in discussion right now of getting it fixed, because it's very important, because as of right now, there is nothing at the end of the road stating that we're
Right,
the airport, so.
Yes,
Yeah,
the
but-
wrap would be similar to the Welcome Canadians.
Yes.
That's a nice sign.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it seemed to hold up relatively well.
Yeah,
It's certainly nice to have the digital panels. That unit out there is obsolete, so you can't get replacement parts for it.
Yeah.
But if it was digital, we were able to make that investment eventually, just like today's event, we could have had welcome.
yep.
Right, and that's what I think.
Things like
would have
that,
been
or
awesome.
events
Yeah.
for the
Like festivals
great
and
room.
stuff. Yeah, that was,
So
right.
we're gonna try to make the
Right now
most
it's-
of it, so it's.
Something needs to be out there.
Is the wrap double-sided so that people come?
Yes.
Good. And the rental card, where are we with that?
So actually, just 2 days ago, we did have a meeting with Lisa and Lynn. Lisa runs the rental car part of the business. Lynn was the owner. So we do, we're gonna actually kind of go over a proposal, send them a proposal. Charlie and I are gonna sit down and write one out and get one offered to them, and so we can get a new contract made. Because right now, the contract that we have with them, I believe is from 2021, and so it's a little outdated, so.
Things have changed.
Yes, that is
Yeah,
correct.
plus the affects the traffic and stuff, so we got updated.
They shared with us their numbers since Maurice has been here, and it's a drastic improvement.
Yes, because they started out with 3 cars and now they are renting out 17, I believe.
Yeah,
So,
Great.
yeah, there's issues we might need to address with that whole thing. People shouldn't come and not have a ride, either home or somewhere else.
right.
Something we need to look at.
Yep, absolutely, yes. Because as an example, unfortunately, there was a client here that tried to get a lift and they just weren't answering her call. So, we need to get people where they need to go.
You've seen it with Canadian.
Taxi.
Yes.
Taxi is very
Taxi.
late. That's, I think really for right now for our passengers, really the main issue we got right now, it's, now with influx of passengers really is transportation. So we
Mhm.
don't have, unless they have a ride, we don't really have a way to transport them out of here. Even though they have the willingness to pay, they want to get out of here, if even they have Uber, Lyft, something, but it just doesn't have any choice here to get them out of here.
And there's been times Charlie and I have even called around ourselves for them, just to help
Trying to
them,
figure it out.
and no success, unfortunately.
I can't be here all the time to guide people.
Sam, you're retired.
Yeah, you want to
Business
start an Uber?
opportunity.
You can start an Uber.
I have hockey tournaments to go to. Can't be here all the time. All right, thank you. Okay, Anthony, any unfinished business?
No, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Business items. Agenda item C1.
Agenda item C1, approval of Barrett Paving Materials, Inc., asphalt repair at Commerce Park Campus, building number 14. The asphalt roadways and parking lots at the lease face are essential and must meet the performance standards required by the lease. Barrett Paving scope of work for this project includes saw cut and excavate 16 inches of a 16-foot by 16-foot area, approximately 256 square feet. Place 12 inches of sub-base compacted pave area with 1.5 inch of 9.5 millimeter top course and 2.5 inches of binder. Barrett Paving will conduct this work while on site conducting the paving project from Proctor Avenue to the bridge. After reviewing the purchase details, staff recommends procuring these services from Barrett Paving Materials, Inc.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Susan, call the roll, please.
Mr. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Whitten?
Yes.
Ms. Farrow?
Yes.
Ms. Squires?
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item D1.
Yes, approval of purchase of airfield payment marking. Whereas the Ogdensburg International Airport is responsible for maintaining the safety and operation integrity of the airfield facility, and whereas the 25-26 winter season experienced unprecedented heavy snowfall, requiring frequent and aggressive snow removal operation, including the use of brooms, rotary blowers, and chemical deicers. And whereas a recent technical inspection has determined that the mechanical abrasion from the snow removal equipment has caused significant degradation of the runway marking, and whereas the current state of the pavement marking has fallen below the minimum visibility standard required by the FAA Advisory Circular 150-5340-1, rendering the runway non-compliant and posing potential safety risks and low visibility operations. 3 bids were received to perform this work. Highlight Services Airfield Services LLC is $46,105.65. KT Striping LLC, $46,118.03, and Roberts Traffic Marking, $73,926.20. Highlight Service Airfield Service LLC has previously performed airfield payment marking at OGS. Staff have reviewed these bids and recommend purchasing the service for Highlight Services Airfield Services LLC for amount not to exceed $46,105.65.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
A second?
Second, I'm sorry.
Didn't hear it. It's interesting the bids are that close. Eh?
It is.
Hard to see.
Very,
Like, oh, that's
yeah,
dark.
I know, that's fairly interesting. It's
Yeah.
almost what, $13 difference.
Yeah, it's $12 and change.
Susan, call the roll, please.
Ms. Whitten?
Yes.
Ms. Farrow? Yes. Ms. Squires?
Yes.
Mr. Burns?
Yes. Agenda item E1.
Agenda item E1, approval of Doyle Builders, Inc., water line repair and hydrant replacement. The water main needs repair and a hydrant that services the port needs replacement. The below 2 subcontractors submitted the following bids. Doyle Builders, Inc., $43,953. Bishop Construction Unlimited, Inc., $53,000. The contractor scope of work includes the following 4 separate items listed below. Excavate and replace the existing fire hydrant with the new one that the Bridge and Port Authority purchased. Excavate and install cap and install pipe restraint. Excavate and repair pipe in existing manhole excavate and repair pipe underground. Doyle Builders, Inc. will perform this work as soon as possible to restore the water to the affected areas. After reviewing the purchase details, staff recommends procuring these services from Doyle Builders, Inc.
Motion,
So moved.
second,
Second.
discussion? What is the hydrant? One way down by the,
Building 6, furthest one on the, towards the point.
it's been there a long time.
Yeah, I think,
One of the originals.
I know 2 have been replaced, but I think that would probably be an original.
Yeah. Susan, call the roll, please.
Ms. Karen?
Yes.
Ms. Myers?
Yes.
Mr. Burns?
Yes,
Ms. Whitten?
Yes.
you. Agenda item G1.
So agenda item G1 has actually been pushed to other such matters. With a change.
So G1 is
H2. H2.
it's now H2. What about G2?
Agenda item G2, approval of Barrett Paving Materials, Inc. asphalt repair at U.S. Customs Vacus facility. The asphalt roadways at the lease space are essential and must meet the performance standards required by the GSA lease. Barrett Paving scope of work for this project includes milling approximately 1,000 square feet to a depth of 4 inches. Pave area with 1.5 inch of 9.5 millimeter top course and 2.5 inches of binder. Barrett will conduct this work while on site conducting the paving project from Proctor Avenue to the bridge. After reviewing the purchase details, staff recommends procuring these services from Barrett Paving Materials, Inc.
Motion
So moved.
Second.
and seconded. Any discussion? Susan, call the roll, please.
Ms. Myers?
Yes.
Mr. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Whitten?
Yes.
Ms. Karen?
Yes.
Other such matter. H3.
Mr. Chairman, there's H1 and 2 before that.
Susan, what'd you do to me? I thought I took them out. Oh, she might have given me to it. Yep. H1.
Acceptance of the 2025-2026 audited financials. EFPR Group, auditors for the Ogdensburg Bridge and Port Authority, have carried out the site work for and prepared the audited financials for fiscal year ending March 31st, 2026. Financial statements were presented to the Board of Directors for the Ogdensburg Bridge and Port Authority on June 10th.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
Second.
Made and seconded. Any discussion? I thought the audit was well done. The cooperation by staff was excellent. And their opinion was right what we need. Susan, call the roll, please.
Mr. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Whitten?
Yes.
Ms. Karen? Yes. Ms. Myers?
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item H2.
Agenda item H2, approval of Tisdale Associates Engineering and Technical Services to repair roof at U.S. Customs Facility in Port of Ogdensburg, P8. The EPDM roof over the lease space at the border station is essential and must meet the performance standards required by the GSA lease. The standing seam metal roof at the Port P8 building has a localized leak throughout a section of the ridge cap and must be repaired to ensure quality of product stored in the leased area. This proposal is a combined package that will result in a cost savings for the Ogdensburg Bridge and Port Authority. Tisdale Associates will prepare bid documents, assist with bidding, and provide construction administration for the roof repairs. Tisdale Associates provided engineering services during both facilities' original construction. After reviewing the purchase details, staff recommends procuring these services from Tisdale Associates.
Is there a motion?
Moved.
Second?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. So Tisdale will actually oversee the project when it's being done.
Yeah, they'll make periodic site visits during the work while it's being conducted and then do a final inspection.
Okay. Susan, call the roll, please.
Ms. Whitten?
Yes.
Ms. Tara?
Yes.
Ms. Squires?
Yes.
Mr. Burns?
Yes. Agenda item 8.3.
Approval of use permit, Ogdensburg International Seaway Festival. The Ogdensburg International Seaway Festival is requesting use of the authority property at the Bridge Plaza for the Seaway Festival 5K Color Run on July 19th, 2026 at 9 a.m. Staff has prepared a use permit with the Ogdensburg International Seaway Festival, which includes a hold harmless clause and requires proof of insurance coverage to be provided to the authority, naming the Ogdensburg Bridge and Port Authority as an additional insured on a primary and non-contributory basis, as well as acknowledgement that the property is provided as is condition. Staff recommends approval of this use permit for the Ogdensburg International Seaway.
So moved.
Second.
Made and seconded. Any discussion? Susan, call the roll, please.
Ms. Tara?
Yes.
Ms. Squires?
Yes.
Mr. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Whitten?
Yes.
Okay. You didn't hide anything else from me, did you? So the next meeting date, first, any concluding comments from board members or staff?
None from staff.
Board, does, who was on? Andy was on? Does he have a question?
I think he's off.
No.
Andy's not on? Okay. All right, our next meeting is scheduled for July the 9th at 5 p.m. Susan will poll the board and see if we have a quorum, hopefully. Thank everyone who came. We got some business conducted that we needed to. We're under a time constraint for that audit report, so thank you for being here. Anything else? Not, there a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Made and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? We stand adjourned. Thank you.
I know, speaking about